This video will contain spoilers. As I write this, it's been over 2 years since Star Wars: The Force Awakens was first released. Directed by J.J. Abrams and starring Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Adam Driver, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and many others. The 7th film in the Star Wars franchise annihilated the box office when it hit theaters in December 2015. But it wasn't just a financial success. The vast majority of critics praised it, and audiences loved it overall. People were excited about Star Wars again. Of course, that doesn't mean everyone liked it. And that's okay. Everyone is different, so of course not everyone responds to movies in the same way. And Star Wars is so popular with so many different kinds of people, it's a given that not every movie is going to please every fan. The most talked about criticism of The Force Awakens is that it's strikingly similar to the original trilogy, especially A New Hope. Some even go so far as to say it's a remake, or that it relies entirely on nostalgia and adds nothing new to the series. As someone who loves The Force Awakens, and has seen it close to 20 times now, I'd like to add my 2 cents. I absolutely agree that The Force Awakens is similar to A New Hope. Some people dislike the movie for that reason alone, and I understand that. For me though, the fact that the movie is a nostalgia trip doesn't make it bad by any stretch of the imagination. Nostalgia, done properly, can be a ton of fun. Moments like when the Falcon is revealed.
The garbage will do!
When Han has a moment of silence in the cockpit. When BB-8 unveils R2-D2. These are fun, brief nods to the older movies. But there are also major scenes and story beats that are remixed directly from A New Hope. There's another superweapon, another desert planet, another cantina, another trench run, another droid carrying vital information, and so on. I do agree with the critics that at times it was a bit much, but is it just lazy storytelling? Maybe not. Think about it. Put yourself in the filmmaker's shoes, back when this movie was first being planned. This is going to be the beginning of a new future for Star Wars. The prequels have left many fans wanting, and it's been nearly 30 years since the original trilogy ended. Is right now really the time to make an out there and innovative Star Wars movie? Maybe. In the end, they generally played it on the safe side. But I don't think this was out of laziness, or the inability to tell a completely original story. They wanted to get as many people on board as possible, including both longtime fans and newcomers to the series. So I think it makes perfect sense that they decided on a movie with a tried and true formula. Something fun, easy to follow, and familiar that would help fans remember the good old days of Star Wars, but also get them excited for the new ones. Which leads to the next thing I'd like to talk about. Most of my favorite things about The Force Awakens are where it freshens up the familiar formula, which some of its critics seem to ignore for some reason. Let's start with the characters. We've got a bunch of characters from the originals, but none of them are the central protagonists of the story. Han has a lot to do, but his role is secondary to Rey, Finn, and Kylo Ren, all 3 of whom are fresh and exciting new characters. Finn is a defecting stormtrooper. His introduction grabbed me instantly when I first saw the movie. The tension is palpable. His world has been shaken. He's terrified. He doesn't know what to do or where to go. All he can think of is to escape, which leads to one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie.
Whoa, this thing really moves! Did you see that? Side.
Finn keeps trying, no matter how outmatched he is, sometimes to the point of foolishness. He's got a lot to learn, but his heart is absolutely in the right place. I love this guy. Rey also grabbed me and wouldn't let go. She's strong, but also vulnerable. She's lonely. She attaches herself too quickly to strangers.
And Han Solo. I feel like he's the father you never had.
And she's incredibly talented at lying to herself.
For my family. They'll be back. One day.
Maz insists that she accepts the truth about her family and pursue her real destiny, but she refuses. and her naivety gets the best of her when she's captured by the enemy. In the end, she accepts that the Force has been with her all along, and she lets it in, to incredible results. I can't wait to see where her journey leads. Kylo Ren, dressed all in black, red lightsaber, mask that distorts his voice, just a copy of Darth Vader, right? Not so much. Instead of being cool, collected, and completely in control like Vader was, Kylo Ren is the opposite. He's young, hot-tempered, he lashes out without thinking, and above all, he's conflicted. We can see how small he stands in Vader's shadow, and when he's unmasked, we see him for who he really is. A broken young man trying to prove himself. And that's really refreshing to me. And besides the characters, there are so many great moments and scenes that are nowhere to be found in A New Hope. Kylo Ren stopping Poe's blaster bolt, Rey's entire introduction, which is one of my favorite examples of visual storytelling, Poe and Finn escaping in the TIE Fighter, Rey and Finn escaping in the Falcon, which, by the way, is one of the most exciting chase scenes I've ever seen. Rey and Finn bantering, the Rathtars, Rey's Force vision, the entire battle on Takodana, the lightsaber duel in the forest, Rey finding Luke. My point is, The Force Awakens is formulaic to a degree, but I personally think it deserves more credit for its originality. Shocker, I know. And even besides the story and the characters, it's a very, very well-directed movie with gorgeous, fluid cinematography, tight, snappy editing, beautiful lighting and use of color, thrilling action, great humor, fun, clever dialogue,
I can do this. I can do this.
I can do this. I can do this.
and a fantastic cast of likable characters. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is a nostalgic ride, but in this guy's opinion, it's more than just nostalgia. It's simultaneously a love letter to the past and a launch pad to the future. It's fun, it's funny, it's thrilling, it's uplifting, and it's one of the best movies that Star Wars has to offer. And just like A New Hope, it'll be loved for generations to come. Thanks for watching, and whether you agree or disagree, I hope you enjoyed it.